Yeah, I mean, like, I think like Devin is very smart. Like with Lomachenko, for instance. I'm not here to say who won and who lost. So please, before y'all go, but I think now it just things I've seen though, like Devin would try to keep Lomachenko on the outside a lot with that jab. Every time Loma would get too close, he'll lock him up. Lock him up. And use his shift his weight around. And try to bully him at times. But like for the most part, yeah, Devin is definitely a great fighter that could fight on his back foot. I give him that. You know what I mean? Especially it's hard if you can't get past that jab. It's gonna be a long night. I mean, look at the camp.
He's probably the more athletic out of the three too.
Yeah, he's good. You know what I'm saying? But again, all three of those guys you just mentioned, they bring something great to the table. I always feel. I'm glad you mentioned that about Tank's IQ. I always feel like they sometimes Tank don't get enough credit for his his ring IQ at times. I mean, everybody always look at what he does to win the fights in terms of the knockout power, but like they don't look at how he breaks the fighters down, and he'll do little tricks like he'll act like he's going down to the jab, but then he'll bring that left hand right up top, and that's how he catches. You know what I mean? Even though I think the bad side of what Tank is sometimes his activity level can be low. You know what I mean? In terms of some fights, but again, like he's all like he's a smart fighter. He's a smart fighter. He's a smart boxer.
It's his size, Jamel. It's his size that keeps him into a disadvantage.
Yeah, that too. But like one thing if you notice with Tank, he's not gonna take too many risks that put him in the danger zone. You know what I mean? If anything, he'll box around the ring. He'll use the ring, and he'll let you come to him. And then once you get in his range of motion, then he'll attack. But again, yeah, sometimes his size depending against maybe a Shakur or a Devin, yeah, the size may be a factor. But again, Tank got the equalizer in that left hand, so
to change that, yeah,
he can change the fight around, yeah, because Ryan Garcia was having his little, in the first 2 rounds, I would say, Ryan was coming on, looking for that hook and pressing Tank, but boom, when he got in the right distance, Tank caught him, and then he got under, he slipped out, and got out of harm's way.
And another Tank's chin, it's underrated, because when you look at some of the shots he got hit with Santa Cruz, Cruz can hit.
Now, Isaac Cruz.
Right.
Yeah, Isaac. Even to a certain extent, even with the Rolly fight, the fight with Rolly, like you know what I'm saying, Rolly got some pop behind his punches too. He may not be the best technical fighter, but Rolly got some pop behind them punches too at times because the powers kind of bailed him out of certain situations in his own right. So I think Tank, credit to his chin at times, but yeah, he can take a shot. And the crazy thing about it, Shakur as well, because he fooled the hell out of me, and I never forget when I was commentating for the Oscar Valdez fight. That was right after he beat me. He told me like I don't know what round it was because I damn sure remember that shit. But he was like, Jamel's probably one of the hardest that hit me. I'm thinking like, when the fuck, like I'm being real, like what punch, like what round was that? Because I don't remember that shit at all. Because like most part, I found myself trying to just get in on it, get to him. You know what I mean? But he was like, nah. You hit me with a good shot, but like Shakur has like a great poker face. Because he said Oscar Valdez hit him with a great shot as well, a great body shot. So like he's good at keeping a poker face on, but he doesn't show it like when he gets hit, or if he is hurt, like Shakur.
Experience.
Yeah. Because even Valdez is the same as that thing. Like if I heard him, I didn't know. I wouldn't have known because. He went right back to, just boxing, straight face, and that's that.
100%, man, 100%. Now, when you break down the Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson fight, it's like you can imagine it in so many different ways.
Yeah. I think it's crazy because I feel like both individuals had to be perfect. They had to fight the perfect fight because Tank gonna have his moments, and you know what he can do. But if you let Shakur get in the rhythm also, and especially if he finds his timing and his range, it's going to be a long night as well. So it's like one of those fights where that fight for me is definitely on when those toss-ups, like they're both going to have great moments and exciting, and I don't understand why people aren't talking about that fight more. No disrespect to Devin, but I think that fight should be talked about as just as much as any other fight that you may want to put score and whatever. But
It
again,
depends on who you talk to, right? I guess it
that
depends
is
on who
true.
you yeah.
That is
Um,
true. But again, like that's a dangerous fight for both of them because, and I mean by that is they both will have a lot riding on it. You know, they both. Let's be honest. And no fighter wants to give up their O. You know what I mean? Especially nobody wants to have that rival say they have that dominant. You know, that one up over them. You know what I mean? So it's another great fight. But like I think the lightweight division is probably one of the best divisions in terms of if you're a fan watching. You know, watching in. But yeah, but it's just that we just want to see those fights happen though. We can talk about it all day. We need to see those fights happen.
um, people in the comment box, what do you think about Devin Tank?
That's a good one too. That's a good one too. I know. I was actually there. I was there. In Vegas when they had sparred. That story they keep going around when Broner spoke about it. Yeah, that was a true story. AB did bring he flew in a tank. And he had on spar with Devin, and saying it was like Tank had his moments where saying people say saying Devin was hurt, but then Devin showed saying showed at a young age at that. 'Cause that was like 20, what's that 2015 I think, like 'cause
It was a
we
long
was getting ready
time.
for we was getting ready for the AB was getting ready for the Porter fight, so we was all in Vegas at the time, but like
So
yeah,
everything that AB said was true?
it was pretty much, it's pretty much spot on. It was pretty much spot on. But like AB said, you gotta think like Devin was a kid still. He was a kid. You know what I mean? Like and these are the years. Of matter of fact, when you see the little film when he was sparring with Tank, Shakur, and like I said, for me, I don't really go much of a sparring because sparring is sparring. Sparring is just basically like things for you to tune up on. At least that's how I use sparring for. But again, Devin has grown so much as a fighter that he's a totally different guy. So I would like to see the fight. I think it'll still be a tough fight for him because on the same side, Tank has gotten better too. Like Tank has become more of a smart a smart fighter than just that kid when he first came on the scene when he was just trying to just put everybody out. You know what I mean? Now Tank is more of a complete fighter in his own right as well. I mean, look at the Isaac Cruz fight. Like he had a fight. Like he wasn't getting him out of there. And he messed his hand up, so he had to go to plan B and C or whatever. So again, like I said, these guys they have great ring IQs. Just that like again, we want to see that happen.
100%. When I look at Tank, I look at a lot of the similarities that Canelo has, minus the footwork.
Right.
Minus the footwork. But yeah, just like you come into your career, you throw a lot of combinations, then you start to be fascinated with your power, and you tend to understand more of the punch placement and
Right.
learn how to be a great KO artist.